Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. When it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, there's never a dull moment, especially in the offseason. And this year, the moves they've made are nothing short of astonishing. It's like watching a chessboard being rearranged at lightning speed. The Steelers, historically known for their stability, grit, and smart drafting, are now making bold, aggressive moves that suggest they're not just looking to compete, they're aiming to dominate. Let's start with the big picture. The Steelers have been busy since the last game of the season, making a series of moves that have turned heads around the league. They've been trading, signing, and restructuring their roster with a clear goal in mind: rebuild, reinforce, and reassert themselves as serious contenders in the AFC. And folks, if you thought last season was impressive, just wait to see what's coming next. One of the most talked about moves was their decision to send away some key pieces. Yes, I'm talking about George Pickens and Najee Harris, two players who have been integral parts of the team's offensive identity. This was not an easy decision, especially for fans who have watched these guys grow and develop into stars. But in the NFL, sometimes you have to shake things up to go to the next level. The Steelers, in their typical fashion, are making calculated bets on their future, and that includes reworking their offense to maximize their potential. Now, the biggest headline that's been making waves is the Steelers' Blockbuster trade to acquire Aaron Rodgers, the legendary quarterback, and DK Metcalf, the explosive receiver. This duo alone signals a new era for the Steelers. Rodgers, with his veteran savvy and championship pedigree, instantly elevates the team's quarterback room. His leadership, experience, and ability to read defenses are unmatched, and he's hungry to add more Super Bowl rings to his legacy. Meanwhile, DK Metcalf's arrival means the Steelers now boast one of the most dynamic and physically imposing receivers in the league. His speed, size, and playmaking ability will give defenses nightmares. But it's not just about bringing in big names. The Steelers have been actively reshaping their defense as well. One of the most significant moves was trading away Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Miami Dolphins. Minkah, a cornerstone of the Steelers' secondary, has been a key player in their defensive success over the past few seasons. The deal included a day 3 pick, and in return, Pittsburgh acquired Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and another day 3 selection. This is a bold move. Ramsey, a perennial Pro Bowler, adds that lockdown corner presence the Steelers have been craving, while Jonnu Smith offers versatility as a tight end. Now, this trade signals that the Steelers are not just content with their existing talent. They are actively seeking to upgrade and diversify their defensive backfield, which has often been a point of concern in recent years. The addition of Ramsey particularly stands out because of his reputation as a shutdown corner, capable of neutralizing the top receivers in the league. For Steelers fans, that's a huge boost, especially when facing high-powered offenses like those in the AFC North. But here's the thing, while these moves are exciting, the Steelers might not be done yet. Rumors are swirling that they're still exploring options to add more talent, particularly on offense. One name that's been floating around is Gabe Davis, the wide receiver who spent recent seasons with the Buffalo Bills and more recently in Jacksonville. Davis is currently a free agent and has been visiting teams, including the Steelers, in search of his next opportunity. Davis, at 6'2" and with impressive speed, could be exactly what the Steelers need to complement DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin. The Steelers' receiver room, despite some promising young talent, has lacked depth behind their top players. Davis would bring a proven record of big plays and consistency, which could be a game-changer for Pittsburgh's passing attack. Jeremy Fowler from ESPN has reported that Davis really enjoyed his visit to Pittsburgh and that there's still a decent chance he could sign with the Steelers before training camp. Of course, he might take his time, weighing options and seeing how things develop, but the fact that Pittsburgh is interested says a lot about their strategy. They're looking for versatility, speed, and a reliable target for Kenny Pickett, who's entering his second season and looking to take a significant leap forward. Now, let's talk a little about the current state of the Steelers' roster. Kenny Pickett showed flashes last year, but consistency has been an issue. Adding Rodgers gives him a mentor, a player who can help him refine his game and bring a winning mentality to the team. The offensive line has been a mixed bag, but with the talent they've added through the draft and free agency, there's hope that they'll provide better protection. If Davis or another receiver can step in and provide that reliable target, the Steelers' offense could become more explosive than ever before. In the backfield, Najee Harris remains a key piece, but with the team's focus on the passing game, his role might shift a bit. The offensive scheme will likely evolve to leverage Rodgers' arm strength and experience, opening up more opportunities for play action and deep shots. Steelers have always been proud of their running game, but a balanced attack that keeps defenses guessing will be crucial in the upcoming season. On defense, the addition of Ramsey and the continued development of their young linebackers and defensive linemen should make the Steelers' defense one of the most formidable units in the league. Mike Tomlin, as always, is a master at getting the best out of his players, and his leadership will be vital in integrating these new pieces into a cohesive, aggressive unit. Now, let's not forget the history here. The Steelers have long been a franchise defined by toughness, discipline, and a winning culture. They've won 6 Super Bowls, and each of those victories was built on a foundation of strong defense, clutch plays, and a resilient team mentality. In recent years, they've been close to returning to that level, but consistency has been elusive. The moves they're making now suggest that they're ready to push through those barriers and make a genuine run at another Lombardi trophy. And it's not just about the present. The Steelers' future looks bright with these strategic moves. Their draft picks, their ability to develop talent, and the leadership in the locker room all point toward a team that's hungry for success. Fans should be optimistic, because this offseason has shown that the Steelers are not resting on their laurels. They're actively reshaping their roster to stay competitive in a league that's becoming more competitive each year. So, what does all this mean for the AFC North? Well, it's clear that the Steelers are positioning themselves as a major threat to their division rivals. The Bengals, Ravens, and Browns all have their strengths, no doubt, but Pittsburgh's aggressive approach signals that they're not just trying to keep pace, they want to outpace everyone. The division is expected to be one of the most exciting in the league, and with these moves, the Steelers are making it clear they're not backing down. Looking ahead to the upcoming season, Steelers fans have every reason to be excited. With Rodgers leading the offense, Metcalf adding that big play threat, and Ramsey locking down the top receivers on the other side, this team could be special. The question is, how will it all come together? Will the new pieces fit seamlessly? Can Kenny Pickett take that next step? And will the defense stay as dominant as it looks on paper? These are the questions everyone is asking right now. But one thing is for sure, Pittsburgh is back in the conversation, and they're doing everything they can to make sure they're not just participating but competing at the highest level. The passion, the history, the relentless pursuit of excellence, those are what makes Steelers fans some of the most dedicated in the world. And this offseason, their team has shown that they're willing to do whatever it takes to bring that success back home. Now, I want to remind you, as always, to stay tuned, because this story is far from over. The NFL offseason is a roller coaster, and every day brings new developments. The Steelers are clearly not done with their roster moves, and the league should be on notice. As training camp approaches, all eyes will be on Pittsburgh to see how these pieces come together and whether they can truly make a deep playoff run. The excitement is palpable, and the anticipation is building for what could be one of the most thrilling Steelers seasons in recent memory. So keep your eyes peeled, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't miss any updates. The Steelers are making headlines, and you want to be part of the conversation. The future is bright, the division is fierce, and this team is ready to fight for every yard, every game, and every inch of that Super Bowl dream. Thanks for sticking with me, and let's keep the faith, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are coming back stronger than ever. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.